Well, let me talk about what happens in Austin, and that has to do with your work ethic. It's been called into question in the campaign. Mayor White, his campaign, claims your official state schedule for the first 6 months of the year showed you working an average of 7 hours a week. You're well aware of that.
Right.
The Texas Tribune did compare your official schedule to the governors in California, New York, and Florida, found theirs much more detailed in how much time they spend on the job, on official state business, what they do. So, give us an idea. What is your typical day like? You get up, let's start at the beginning. Do you read newspaper or
I get up,
websites?
generally drink a cup of coffee and go put a pair of running shoes on and run. That always over with by about 7:30.
Shoot up a few
and
coyotes,
then,
shoot up a few coyotes along the way.
If they're menacing,
If they're menacing the pet dog.
If they're menacing the pet. And then it's off to work. And you know, we don't put everything on.
Do you read a newspaper and news website? How do you know what's going on?
Yeah, I get the Dallas Morning News and the Austin Statesman delivered to the house.
At home?
Yeah,
okay.
Right there.
So you go through
and,
that?
Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time. I pretty much hit the high notes.
Sure.
And, you know, Dallas Morning News has got a great sports section. And I get that out of the way and may look at whatever's, you know, my favorite spots on the web to go look at. I'll check the Twitter site, see what anybody's tweeting about us, and check a few other ones. And then it's off to work.
To the Capitol office? You go to your Capitol office?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You know, going into the Capitol office from the standpoint of having to be there to do work, and today, I mean, look, I'm a BlackBerry toting laptop guy, and I'm communicating, and you can't have me anywhere in the world that I'm not communicating back with staff about what's going on. So the idea that somehow or another that you're not in the governor's seat at office is not working.
So
trust me.
What are you doing? Are you meeting with staff?
Meeting with staff, meeting with constituents. I'm traveling around.
Sure, we know that.
You know, from January through February, we were in a very heated Republican primary.
Understandable.
And you know where I was traveling. It may not have been on that schedule, but if you looked at the news reports, you knew I was all over the state. I didn't win a Republican primary without a runoff by sitting back at the farm with my feet propped up on the desk whistling, "Thank God I'm a country boy."
Well, how many?
I work a bunch.
As a matter of fact, would you say you work in a typical day on
12 to 14.
On state business?
On state business, I consider everything I'm doing state business. If I'm out talking to a group of supporters at Denton, they're handing me a piece of papers and talking to me about issues that deal with either what's going on in their lives and what have you. But I think this is a really intriguing diversion. Here's what's important. What's the results? You know what? If I work 2 hours a day and get the results we've got, then that ought to be what people worry about. Not, as a matter of fact, there are a lot of people that punch the clock and don't get a darn thing done. That's not the kind of people we want. Okay. So if Bill White's issue is, y'all put me in there and I'll punch the clock a lot, we may not like what you're doing while you're punching the clock, like raising taxes or whatever else you got on your mind.